left, John.
John, you guys did such a good job yesterday of making Snell work. Was that ingredient kind of missing for you guys today, or was Yamamoto just that good?
Yeah, he was that good. I kind of started that way. Got his 4 pitches in the first, I think, and that was probably our best chance. First and third, and nobody out. After that, it was kind of few and far between. Second complete game in a row in the postseason. That's pretty impressive with a layoff in between. So I think he made it hard for us to make him work. He was in the zone. Split was in and out of the zone. It was a really good performance by him.
Good and shy in the back, John.
John, with that delivery and the way his body's going in two different directions at the same time, what are you telling your hitters in terms of kind of where to look, how to try to identify where it's coming from, and then I try to identify a pitch to attack?
Yeah, it's funky delivery for sure. We like everyone, you do a lot of work to get ready for it, and different wind up than out of the stretch for sure. They were ready. I think that you just give him credit. He tunneled everything really well, held his velo, spotted his heater really well. I don't think it was for a lack of prep or, it's deception. There's definitely some deception in the delivery too, but he was on his game.
Good, Jeff, in the second row.
This could very well be a back-and-forth series, so good chance you may see Yamamoto again in Game 6. What do the players learn from today? And even with the 17 kind of swing and misses, there's got to be something they can take out of today.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him this year, so you get some feedback and hopefully make some adjustments. But really, I think right now you're worried about Glass now, Game 3, but I think we do a really good job of making adjustments as we see guys. Again, man, that was a great performance by him.
Got Mike in the third row.
For a lot of it was a great performance by Kevin Gausman as well. What did you see out of him?
Oh, man. Kev was really good. Thought he located the fastball down really well, which made the split kind of open up. And, I think it was 17 straight at one point. Kev was good, man. Just really good at bat from Freddie in the first, 2 strikes, double, RBI single, and then he was locked in. Got some early outs. Got some swing and miss. Just looking back at the home run to Smith, he's trying to go down and away, and it leaked back up and in. And then same thing to Max. But I thought Kev matched him pitch for pitch, really. They both had low pitch counts. It was kind of a classic pitcher's duel, and they made a couple more swings.
I think I had 21 in a row at one point overall.
Was it? Yeah.
But when that's happening, when it's just quick 3 ups, 3 downs all the way through, what's the feeling there in the dugout?
You feel good, You're kind of just, again, man, you have plans, and you're kind of watching things unfold in real time and watching Kev make some adjustments too. So, once we got back and tied the game with Kirky's sac fly, you feel good about Kev. He's one of our best pitchers, and I thought he did a really good job navigating. So, it was anyone's game for the taking, And they just made a couple big swings there off Kev.
Do a couple last ones. Steve on your left in the fourth row.
You probably almost answered this already, but were you in a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't when your guy's going that well, and then you get in third time through the order, and it's like juggling philosophy versus what you're seeing?
Yeah, at that point, you're kind of, we try to really take that into consideration, you know what I mean? Got Shohei, again, top of the order is really dangerous, and their whole lineup is dangerous, you know what I mean? They've been in this situation before, so I think at that point it's just game state, you know what I mean? 7th inning, and that's really about all you can ask for, if not a little bit more, from a starter against this team. So have confidence in the bullpen. So it was just kind of, I trusted Kev to get out of that. Even though it is third time, you kind of watch what he's doing. Yeah.
I'll finish up with Ron on your left, John.
In the era that you're used to as a manager and coach, did you ever think you'd see performances like this of complete games from another era?
Man, it's hard to do. You know what I mean? I get why Doc let him go. He was that good, and I think that the baseball fan, right? They appreciate that. You know what I mean? You have to appreciate a complete game. So you never know. You never know when someone's going to have it. Every game is different, right? So you never really discount anything. You know what I mean? And who knows what's going to happen on Game 3? You know what I mean? It's baseball, and you got to kind of react in real time.
All right, Schneider, thanks so much. We'll see you in LA.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. See you soon. It sounds like we might have Yoshinobu first before Doc. We gotta get it set up for 2 spots. All right, we'll get started with Yoshinobu and Hiro. Yoshi, congratulations on a great game. We'll start with Daniel in the 3rd row on your left.
Thank you. Joshi, it's been 10 years since the last complete game in a World Series. How much pride you take in going deeper in the games, knowing that it's something that rarely happens in this era?
今日のこれだけ完投できた深いイニングまでいけたというところにどれくらい誇りっていうかありますか？
本当に結果的にすごく嬉しく思いますし、立ち上がりは、球数がたくさんいっただけに、最後までいけるとは思いませんでしたけど、しっかり1イニングずつ、投げていけたので結果につながったと思います。
To be honest, because I was not thinking, I can complete the game because early on, because my pitch count racked up kind of quickly, but I'm very happy I completed the game.
Good. Dylan up front, guys.
You referenced that first inning. Obviously, you were in a bit of trouble. Your pitch count got up. How did you kind of go from that to, being as efficient as you were the rest of the game?
おっしゃったように球数がちょっと初回から多くなってしまったということなんですけども、ゲームが進むにつれてどういったアジャスト調整をしましたか？
やっていくことは決めてたので、初回はランナーためましたけど、なんとかゼロで乗り切れたので、切り替えて次のイニングに、行けましたし、失点した回は、デッドボールから先頭のデッドボールからの失点だったので、すごく悔しかったですけど、まだ同点だったんで、そこもうまく切り替えて、投げ続けれました。
I just got adjusted as the game moved on, and then that was still first inning. And then 最初
初回はなんだっけランナーためましたけど。
And then, sorry, I carried, because I did two runouts on bases, and then but because I just reset my mind, and then the inning I gave up a run, because it started hit by pitch, and then I also just reset mind, and then after I gave a run, but that was still just tied, so I just kept going.
The 4th row straight back, Russ.
Yoshinobu, I know you write in your journal during starts. Usually, you were writing a little bit more often tonight. Was there something different that you were trying to do?
黒いノートの話なんですけども、あれを今日書いてた。You're talking about in the dugout, right? Black notebook. イニングあれどういうふうにして使ってたんですか？
いつもずっと全部の試合でやってるんですけど、作戦面のことを書いてます。
I use that every game, and then it's more like a strategic note, and then I use that and check in between innings.
We'll stay in the same spot, guys.
昨日はビッグイニングもあって厳しいゲームになりまして、今日は絶対に負けられないという気持ちもあったと思うんですけど、この雰囲気の中でどういう気持ちでマウンドに今日は上がったんですか
？After the big loss last night, and then how did you prepare yourself to getting into this game?
初戦やっぱ落としてたのはすごく大きかったですけど、落としただけに、当然ですけど今日は絶対勝たないといけないなと、すごく気持ちが入りました。それがいい結果につながったと思います。
As you said, that's a big loss, and then needless to say, because today's game, we had to win. So I just how I treated this game.
Go to the 4th row on your left, guys.
お疲れ様です。中盤以降球数少なく、イニングを終わらせている中で自分の中でその 完投9回まで投げ切れるんじゃないかっていうイメージというか、そのあたりはどのタイミングでそういうのイメージできたかというのと、あと8回投げ終えた後に、93球だったんですけども、9回行く行かないっていうのは、その辺の何か首脳陣とのやり取りみたいなあれば教えてください。
That at what point? すみません。一つ目の質問もう一回いいですか。
どのあたりで9回投げ切れるっていうこうイメージができたか。
At what point in the game did you think, okay, I can complete today's game?
次の質問が8回終えて93球だったんですけど、9回行く行かないっていうその何か首脳陣とのやり取りみたいなあったんですか。
And then at the end of the eighth inning, pitch count was 93. And then did you talk about if you were going to the ninth inning or not with the coaches?
とにかく1イニングずつに集中してましたけど、5回終わった時に70球ぐらいでしたっけ。71だったんで、そこでもまだ9回までっていうのは意識してなかったですけど、とにかく1イニングに集中して、いけたのが、結果8回終わった時に、まだ球数も少し余裕があったのでいけるかなと思いました。はい、その後会話は特にないです。
At the end of the fifth inning, I believe pitch count was 71. So at the point, I was still trying to take one inning at a time. Then if I was going to the ninth inning or not, we didn't really talk about it.
Second row on your right, guys.
ナイスピッチングでした。相手が当ててくるという空振りをしないというデータはもちろんご存知だったと思うんですけども、そこでまたそれを三振を取りに行ったりするとなかなか逆に相手のペースにはまるというか、その中でもう3回以降というか打たせてという8回も 3者連続でしたけど、その辺の切り替えというかどういう攻めを考えてああいう形になったんですか。
I think you were aware of this lineup. They don't really swing out. And then how did you navigate? Because if they don't swing out and then get in contact, and then how did you navigate this game?
基本、僕のピッチングスタイルは、ストライクゾーンにどんどん投げていく。もちろん狙うコースとかはありますけど、基本はどのボールもストライクゾーンを狙って、思い切り投げていくっていうスタイルなので、特に変えたことは全くないですけど、自分のピッチングに集中しました。
My pitching style is just keep attacking the zone, and then so I didn't really change every pitch I throw. I focusing on getting to the strike zone, so there's not much adjustment in the game.
Dice K in the third row.
お疲れ様です。おめでとうございます。特にスプリットの割合が特に前半はもう全部の球数の半分以上ぐらいがスプリット、これやはりその球が機能していたからなのか、あとは事前にやはりスカウティングレポートだったのか、両方なのかいかがでしょう。
So early in the game, because the first half of the game, you were throwing a lot of splitters, and then is that because your splitter was good, feeling good with the splitter, or just because you prepared going into the game?
作戦面のことはまだ言えませんけど、試合前のブルペンから、スプリットはすごく落ちてました。感覚はいつも通りだったんですけど、数値的にはすごく落ちてたので、試合入ってからもすごく調子良かったですし、初回からピンチだったんで自然と、増えたんじゃないかなとは、思います。
Going to the game, pre-game bullpen, I was feeling really good with a splitter, and then I cannot go into the detail of the pitch sequence or any game planning, but I think because I was because I got in the trouble the first inning, so I was trying to get out of the inning. That's why, because I used many splitters.
Do two last ones, Dave on your left.
Yoshinobu, you know how rare it is for people to pitch complete games in the majors. You just did it back-to-back starts in the playoffs. Do you appreciate how hard it is, how difficult it is to do what you just did?
メジャーでその、完投するっていうのはすごい難しいことなんですけども、山本さん、その2試合続けてポストシーズンでそれができたっていうところはどうですか？
やっぱりチームの、戦力になれたっていう実感が、やっぱりすごくするので、そこがやっぱ、すごく嬉しいです。
I'm very happy and proud of the fact that I was able to bring a big contribution to and give a chance to the team to win.
Finish up with Ron up front here.
Coming to the Dodgers with such a pitching history, did you know about the history of people like Koufax and Hershiser throwing complete games in the World Series? And do you find it surprising that you did something just like they did?
They have not.
What?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Coming to the Dodgers with the pitching history of Sandy Koufax and Oral Hershiser, who pitched complete games in the World Series, is he surprised to find himself accomplishing something just like they did?
ドジャースの歴代のピッチャー、サンディ・コーファックスさん、ハッシュハイザーさん、ワールドシリーズ完投してるんですけども、そこを考えたときに山本さん的にはそういうなんか誇りみたいなものありますか？
そうですね、はい、もう特にとにかく嬉しく思います。はい、わかんないですけど。
To be honest, I'm not sure about the history, but I'm very happy about what I did today.
All right, Yoshinobu, congratulations on a spectacular game. Dave Roberts is on his way next. I believe that's the only other Dodger guest that we're going to have. So if you need another Dodger, your best bet's to go to the clubhouse, but Dave is on his way down. All right, we'll get started with Doc. Who is the first question? We'll start with Steve. 4 rows back on your left.
Hi, Dave. Congratulations.
Thanks, Steve.
Don't hold back any superlatives. Talk about your starting pitcher's performance.
Outstanding, uber competitive, special. Yeah, he was just locked in tonight. You know, it was one of those things he said before the series, losing is not an option, and he had that look tonight.
Other questions for Doc? We'll go to the last row in the back.
Sticking with pitching, Yamamoto was throwing a lot of splitters early, then went to his cut fastball the second round around the Jays order, then to his fastball second time around the order, then to his cutter last time around the order. Was that more of a game plan thing or a control thing?
That was more of a feel, read, and react thing. The great thing about Yoshi is he has 4 pitches to get lefties out, righties out, and you know you're reading hitters and making adjustments. I thought Will Smith did a fantastic job. I thought Mark Pryor did a great job game planning, and Yoshi executed.
Russ, 4th row, straight back.
Hey, Doc. Yoshinobu hasn't pitched in as many postseasons as most of your roster, yet time and time again in these situations, high pressure, he seems to perform. What is it about maybe his personality that allows him to pitch like this in these moments?
You know, I think, you know, he's pitched in huge ball games in Japan. He's pitched in the WBC. And, you know, players that have the weight of a country on their shoulders, that's pressure. And so I just feel that part of his DNA is to just perform at a high level in big spots and control his heartbeat and just continue to make pitches. So, I mean, he could have won another, you know, 30, 40 pitches tonight.
I'll stay there with Jake.
Will struggled last postseason, and it seemed as if during the regular season this year, you guys were a little bit more intentional about managing his workload in order to have him be ready for this time of the season. Is tonight kind of what you envisioned when you instituted that plan?
It was, but last year he was banged up and wasn't playing well in September and through the postseason. This year, certainly managing his workload, and then he fractures his hand, and so I think the last week, that week off, I think got him over the hump, and you know it was the first time in a while he's pulled a ball like that, so I think that's part of the healing process.
And then overall, does he look fresher and healthier
does.
To you right now than he did at this point last year?
Absolutely. And the catching is such a demanding position, but I think overall, mental clarity, the body's fresh.
3rd row on your far left, Tyler.
You may have touched on it right there, but with Will, you know, despite the injury, he had maybe his best year offensively. And he's always been pretty good. But how has he gotten better? How has he developed as a player over the 7 years you've had him?
I think the game calling, the relationship with the pitchers has continued to get better. He's always had the bat to ball, the ability to hit to all fields, the ability to hit versus left versus right. He understands when to pick his spots. He does his homework. And I think at the end of the day, he's a guy that just doesn't panic. He's really got a flatline heartbeat, and in the postseason, that's what you need.
In the row behind, AJ.
Dave, given the way the game was going, with both pitchers pitching the way they were, what did it feel like in the dugout when Will hit the home run and then Max followed him?
Huge relief. You know, Goss was throwing the baseball really well. We were in between, I thought, offensively with the fastball. And, you know, when Will, you know, got into that 3-2 count, just missed the 3-1 heater. And then they went to the well again and, you know, hit a homer, and there was just complete elation. We felt that the way Yamamoto is throwing, runs are certainly going to be hard to come by. And then when Max backed it up with another homer, just huge relief. And then to build an inning after that was big. But yeah, that homer, kind of a big exhale from the dugout.
Right up front, Dylan.
Dave, I'm guessing after that first inning, you're not thinking he's going 9. How did your bullpen plan kind of evolve over the course of that game? And at what point did you think, like, shoot, he might be able to finish this thing?
You know, after that first inning, I was thinking 6. I felt he would find a way to get through 6. You know, it's an aggressive swinging team. I thought the stuff was good, so I felt that he could manage to get through 6. And then the pitch count kind of stayed where it needed to stay. And then for me, I just didn't see anything fall off as far as his delivery and the execution.
And he said that you guys really didn't talk about going out in the ninth.
No,
Like the
no,
result.
it was a no-brainer.
Up front to your left, Ron.
You were around to see Oral in your teenage years, and you've seen and heard all the stories about Sandy. As you've watched the last two games, does it seem to you like a throwback to a different era?
It's yes. I think that you look at Yamamoto. It's kind of the throwback in the sense of when he starts a game, he expects to finish it, and he'll go as long as I let him. But that's his intent.
Barry straight ahead, Doc.
Hey, Doc. So following that up, it would seem to me this is like the first Dodger complete game in the World Series since Oral pitched 2 in the 1988 World Series. As far as history goes, and you're a student of history, what does that feel like for you? I think obviously it's the first one in the 5 you've managed. So, and I think this is like the third since Jack Morris. How do you feel about all that?
Well, I love it. I love feeling that the starter is the best option to go 6, 7, 8, and what Yamamoto's doing 9 innings. And you got to be efficient. You got to have the weapons to be able to take down a lineup 3 times, 4 times, whatever it is. And you got to want to do it. And so he is a throwback player. He works really hard in his prep and his delivery and the mindset. So for me, it's a lot of fun to root for a guy, and you feel good about leaving a guy like that in.
And now he's done it in back-to-back games.
And he's done it in back-to-back postseason games.
Couple last ones for Doc. Anything else? All right, we will let Doc go. We'll
All
see
right,
you in
thanks,
LA,
guys.
Doc.
Yep.
That's a wrap in here. In terms of workouts, it sounds like the Blue Jays